All right, man. Let's get it started, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, it's unusual times. It's a lot going on right out here, but sometimes the media, the not just the media guy, the life is gonna force us to get back on one way or another. Like, what's going on, my brother Quill?
Man, brother. A lot's going on. Between Shannon Sharp, my boy K Dot headline on the Super Bowl. Then he want to drop Carson. This I don't even know. You think you consider that a reignition to the Drake to the beef?
Nah, he punched at
Yeah, I
everybody.
didn't either.
But
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
I'll just every time he does shit like this, he dropped what, maybe like three verses, like 64 bars each.
Mm.
Those are
Yeah,
long ass
I gotta
verses.
run through it. I gotta run through it a couple times. I'm not gonna
He
lie. I only
dropped
ran through it once, and I'm like, there was parts I was really jamming with, and there was other parts I'm like, I gotta listen closer because I'm not really rocking with it. I don't want to say that without hearing what you're saying first, and then so I'm like,
Don't worry, bro. We
um,
got time, man. It's woahchill, man. Special edition. I'm in a hotel, Quill outside. I don't know where nobody else at. People might just randomly hop into this recording.
four
We
or
have
five at
no
work.
idea. 4 or 5 at work.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. I'm halfway across the country, but we getting it in, man. So let's start off real quick. First and foremost, let's just start with our RIPs. So of course, rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. I gotta look down this thing. Rest in peace to James Earl Jones. Rest in peace to
Mm-hmm.
Frank Beverly.
Yes, sir.
Um, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else who passed away too.
Those are the ones that I saw. I didn't remember anybody else.
Summer punching, bro.
Hmm?
Summer
Yeah,
went out.
Summer Punch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, for
Summer went out.
real. Yo, James Earl Jones and Frank Beverly back to back is pretty big. Like in terms of staples and just growing up in the '90s, you know a lot of their work. Like,
And that's why I didn't like that a lot of
mm,
I've had this conversation, but I didn't like that a lot of I was gonna say a lot of women chose this time to take shots at James Earl Jones for past interviews or comments that he made, disparaging remarks to
yeah,
black women. And while I understand, yes, of course, the
mm,
voice,
but
yeah,
mm,
you know, tell your side and be able to defend yourself. I didn't think during his passing was the correct time to
I
do
was
that.
about to say it's already disturbing enough to wait till people pass to give them their flowers. At least you're doing the right thing. A little too late, but you're gonna wait till they pass to talk trash. That's ridiculous. Like, come
Yeah,
on,
like
man.
y'all haven't said shit about this man.
Yeah, now you want to hinder his legacy. Like, come on, man.
I didn't see all this outrage when Coming to America 2 came out.
Yeah. That's honestly, that's the definition of clout chasing. Because anybody really saying anything right now, like you just want your opinion, your voice to be heard on the topic. Like, because you did not care, you did not try to make it a topic before. You was not active in this conversation.
Or you didn't know about it because it was a conversation that was,
True,
like 50 years ago. But
true.
I did have again, I had certain conversations with certain people, and they let me know their side and why they feel like if you can say certain things whenever, then we should be able to say whatever we want about you whenever.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. This is America. Everybody got the freedom of their opinion. I'm just saying it's not. It wasn't the most tactful behavior. Like that's all I'm saying.
And that's my point. That's my point as well. I don't
Mm,
think that the points are wrong. I just think it's the wrong time to do it.
facts.
Um, I mean, we here. Y'all ain't do it with Rich Homie Quan?
Yeah, I was gonna get to that after as soon as we're done because I'm like, man, rich homie. But again, I don't want to slander people and
Even
all that other
I.
stuff, especially in
Exactly.
passing.
But
But
and I'm not gonna get into Rich Homie Quan, the reason why, but whatever. But as a DJ, I don't
mm,
play Quan. And I have
mm,
a reason why I don't play Quan. But in his time of passing, I went back because he's still fun, jumped us through a whole era. Um,
yeah,
you know,
man, yo,
we was in college when, yeah, bro, like we was like,
2016 went down in the books as one of the best summers ever for a lot of people say that, yo. And that was
oh
the
man,
prime. that was in Quan Prime for real. Like he
Quan
contributed.
dropped around the time we could legally drink.
Yeah,
Legally. We was drinking
yeah.
before.
What was that? From like what, 2012, 13-ish to what, 16, 17?
I
About
say
four
because
or 5 years.
Thug came dropped around like summer 2013, 2014.
Uh,
Is when Thug really like blew up. One of those
yeah.
summers. And
So
then
Quan
Quan
probably
came
what,
like that
15?
that
Mm,
following summer.
yeah. Hey, people might hate this opinion, but I never really vibed with Thug music, bro. Ever. Like I just
I tried to fight it, but I remember
mm,
distinctly being stuck in Jersey. Not stuck in Jersey, but I decided to stay in Jersey for the first time ever during the summertime. Had my own
mm,
apartment. Like, I'm gonna just stay out here, work, and now I really just live in Jersey. Yeah,
mm,
really wasn't nobody around, so I had nothing to do but just listen to music. Like you by
mm.
college campus, ain't nobody in college, so ain't too many people around. So I had nothing to do but listen to music, man.
Uh,
And goddamn, man, that goddamn pay me the hook.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a couple of
you
songs, but
know,
I'm saying I don't
I
like to just
got your
yeah,
damn
I
lover.
don't like to talk about artists on just like one or two pieces of their work, because then I'm not really a fan. You feel me? Like I don't like to. When I talk music, I like to really give like my honest opinion. And my honest opinion on Thug is that every time I tried, I couldn't get into it. But this is more about Rich Homie than everybody else. So let's not go too much on the
I
Thug
mean,
thing.
we can move past it, man. Rest in
Yeah.
peace to everybody that has had an untimely death. Fat Man Scoop, man, a legend,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
legendary
Word.
DJ, legendary producer, a guy who gave a lot of energy, a lot of life to hip hop, man. Of course, James Earl Jones.
But hold on, pause on the Fat Man Scoop topic again, real quick. You said it the first time, and I kind of let you glaze over it, but there was really no noise for real for Fat Man Scoop's passing. Like, I don't think
It
he
wasn't
got
my
the.
world.
No, there was, in the industry, yeah, there was a lot of noise. But I'm talking about respect from the fan base, people that quote unquote, part of this hip hop culture. And I didn't really see it on social media. Like, you feel me? For the Fat Man Scoop love, I ain't really see it.
I could see because he's a little older, maybe not as
Yeah.
maybe not as big of a face as like a
Yeah, predominantly.
Khaled or
Mm.
Jazzy Faye or and you know what I mean? Like people,
But in terms of impact, the impact is the same.
yeah,
Mm.
but it's the facial recognition, right? It's like
Yeah.
NBA versus playing in the NFL. More people see your face, there's less players on the court. You might
Mm.
have a little more facial recognition, especially now that this is a little a different time.
Mm.
Like this isn't if this was the 90s or the early 2000s, I think maybe it would have rang off a little harder, with Fat Man Scoop's passing. But in terms of my world with the media and music and DJs, he was
Mm. Yeah.
everywhere. So I don't know. Also, the Fat Man Scoop is going to mean more to New York than anywhere else.
Yeah. Facts. 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 Facts.
Like people was posting the you got served, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Intro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Let's get into our real topics, man. I I guess we go back straight into Kendrick and and Drake.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
Bowl, man. What are you feeling? Wayne or Kendrick Super
Uh,
Bowl?
First and foremost, man, the outrage about Wayne not performing was such like an empty, like
But
people don't
wait.
know
Who do
what
you
the hell is.
who wait.
Who would I pick? All right,
Who are
pick
you
first.
picking?
What I prefer?
Yes.
Uh, all of my points are going to be against this opinion be- because I really do feel Kendrick is more deserving, quote unquote, in terms of what's going on, in terms of making money, all that other stuff. But me personally, I would prefer seeing Wayne. Like, you feel me? That's what he was my goal growing up. Feel me? So I would prefer seeing Wayne. But in terms of all this outrage about Kendrick don't deserve to be there, all this yeah. It's so many just ignorant opinions, bro. Kendrick absolutely deserves his prize recognition. I saw one person say, "Oh, he not say he called in on Charlemagne's show or whatever." and Envy hung up on him. He was like, "Oh, did you see the clip? He's
No,
talking about, oh,
I don't watch that
he's like,
niggas.
yo, how
But
much?"
yeah.
He's like,
Shout out to Evie, my guy. Shout out to
but,
Evie, my guy. You know the vibes, man.
yeah. So Buddy called in. He was like, yo, really, how many hits does Kendrick Lamar really have? Why did it? And he's like tried to start a second statement, and Envy just hung up. He's like, yo, we're not doing that today. Da, da, da. And Charlamagne was just out. He's like, yo, you can't do that. We got educated. He's like, no, we're not educated. No, like if you're that ignorant, we don't got time for it. Like,
There's just certain people I don't want to talk to this shit about because, like,
yeah,
you lean like this is why I'm very happy that I'm speaking with you right now because I feel the same way as you. Wayne is my goat. Like,
yeah,
what? I don't want to see that nigga on the Super Bowl right now, bro. Like, just
yeah,
being real. And I love Kendrick as the next generation's Wayne,
yeah.
right? But
Mm.
Wayne is still untouchable to me. If you ask me
I don't know
personally,
about the
I have
accuracy of
Wayne
that next
above Jay
generation.
Z, but that's just me personally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I grew up as Wayne being the best rapper alive. That's just how I grew up,
Word.
right? And not growing up in the New York area, and until not until like moving later on when I'm damn near about to become an adult. That's when I start to really get the okay. I get why Hove is the GOAT. But sorry, dog, it's still gonna be Wayne, bro. To this day, like the
Yeah.
first song I ever played in my car when I got my first car was The Mob. To this day, I
Mm.
can still rap that junk from start to finish. And when I have a child, the first song I'm playing as soon as we get in the car out of the hospital is what? The Mob.
Besides J. Cole, because I'm wild biased to J. Cole, I know so many Lil Wayne songs word for word, bro.
It's
Like
ridiculous.
absolute word for word. Yeah, it is ridiculous. But on that same
Rap the
note,
Carter
I can
too.
honestly, I can
At least
honestly
80% of the Carter too. I could rap, I could still rap that shit.
I can honestly say though, in terms of like who is more appropriate for the Super Bowl, Kendrick's music catalog, his discography is way more appropriate for the Super Bowl than Wayne. A lot of the Wayne shit that we want to hear, like it would be so censored at the Super Bowl that it's not, it wouldn't even be satisfying. People will have more complaints than gratification for him being there.
Are you sure about that? Because I think a lot of people go to like I've seen that conversation and that argument kind of floating around. A lot of people go to like Lollipop or Mr.
Mm.
Officer or something like that.
No, I
Yeah,
just
but
mean in
what
general
about the
though. Like, I
features?
don't know if any Wayne song. Okay, features is a bit different, but now you want to do features, and then you got to bring these people on and all kind.
He
That's a bit
doesn't.
of a
He
mm,
can do it, but that's the thing about Wayne's verses. Wayne's verses are Wayne's verses, bro. If he get
mm.
up there and he start doing we taking over, I am the
Uh,
beast. Feed me rappers and feed me beats. I'm untamed. I
it was
need a leash.
yeah,
I love
break.
brain. I need a leash. Like
Mm.
it's going crazy.
I don't even talk. I
I
let the
like
beats.
my Sprite
I
Easter
was like,
pink. I
I
had, had to finish
the
it.
music.
I
I have more
had
juice than your doula. Touching, I will bust your medulla. That's the bullet hole. Red light, stop the rumors. I stay on track like a fox or puma now. That was one of my honestly, that was my
I am
favorite
the
song
little
for like
big
7
kahuna.
years. Like
Idiot.
that was
Come on,
and
man.
Birdman his last two bars, the intro was so crazy. Been the G in the game, now my son on the throne. And then went that shit was
He
so
got
hard when he
he
did
got a couple Jones. That he got a couple. Birdman do have a couple verses that's like, all right,
it.
bro, you did that, bro.
Yeah. I just tell her how he introed him, and then Wayne used literally a sound effect, and the shit was so hard. Like all he said was after he said it, and it went so crazy, bro. It went
That's the
so
equivalent of Hove doing the.
uh, no cap, no cap. Yo, that shit went
This
crazy,
time is for the
bro.
money, my niggas.
Yo, I'm
Stand
telling
up.
you, what you call it? The craziest thing about if Wayne would have got picked too is like we would have heard it would have even added more fuel to the whole like beef because a song like Green Ranger probably would have played and then he would have brought Cole out and you feel me? He just said big as the Super Bowl. Like that could have been real messy and
No.
real interesting.
Well, I
Like,
do want to point out that Wayne did an interview, I think, with Taylor Rooks last year, in which
mm,
she asked him like, "Hey, Super Bowl's going to New Orleans."
Mm.
Is that something you'd be interested in? He said, absolutely. And to everybody I've ever worked with, producers, singers, writers, songwriters, I'm sorry. I'm taking that time for me and me alone. I'm singing every one of y'all verses. I'm singing every one of y'all hooks
Oh, he said he not
by
bringing nobody up.
myself. And I do believe that's what Wayne would have done. I think that's what any superstar who's taking this
Yeah,
moment
I wouldn't even
is
be mad
going
at
to
that. I'm
do.
not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't even be mad at that.
You know, your stock goes through the roof after you do the Super Bowl. Now, you at that
Mm.
point now you're going back on tour, and a lot of people have said, I don't want to see Wayne forget his lyrics, blah 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 blah. If you didn't see Wayne on the road this summer, Wayne's he's back.
Mm.
His set this summer was fantastic. He was healthy. He sounded pretty. He's not gonna sound like old Wayne. He's older now. He's
Mm.
smoked his damn lungs away and drank his fucking, you know what I'm saying, his esophagus
Mm.
motherfucking pause. Anyways,
Mm.
but yeah, like this is as good a Wayne as we're going to get. And if there was a time to see Wayne, I think now
Mm.
would be the time. But
Yeah.
there's a young man by the name of Kendrick Lamar, Duckworth, who has been shit for the better part of 10 plus years now.
True. Been missing for a lot of that part too, but let me not talk as a Coles fan.
I've been here. Uh-oh. Trouble entering the chat, who comes in with no mic, no video.
Well,
Hello, good night. Can you turn your phone sideways, please, ma'am?
question. Is my background isolated, the sound?
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
I
Okay,
hear you.
perfect. You can hear it, caller?
I mean, I just all I hear is you.
All right, go.
We got Beacon reported live from somewhere in the world.
Live from G2.
Oh man, got big time Guyana. You know, somebody well, you know what, we'll get to that other joke later. Beacon, right now we're discussing Drake and Wayne and their super, you know, I mean, I'm sorry, not Drake and Wayne. Kendrick versus Wayne. Who would you prefer to be the Super Bowl halftime performer? Who would you prefer? Kendrick or Wayne?
I mean, either one is a great choice. Let's start there. It makes absolute sense why Kendrick is even a pick or option. It makes 100% sense. But then at the same time, I think everybody was just looking forward to that. You know, it was Cash Money's anniversary. You know, New Orleans, Wayne. So that made sense too. I don't think I think there is a right or wrong in the situation. Wayne and Cash Money would have been right because it made sense. But I don't think there's a wrong because it's Kendrick who just had a big ass year. You get what I'm saying? He got the hottest song out right now. And not to mention, I think one thing that a lot of people are kind of ignoring with the Kendrick thing is how big that's going to be for Black representation at the Super Bowl because Kendrick is very big on that. You get what I'm saying? So,
But just in terms of being like a performer and shit like that, like don't get me wrong. Obviously, we all know like Wayne is well rounded, but Kendrick is might be the best performer we've ever seen. Like you feel me? On what bigger stage is there? Like so, that's a point in his basket. And another side note is a lot of people were making a point about Jay-Z did this, da da da. Jay-Z didn't pick nobody. Like that wasn't his. That the city pick. Like you feel me? So I don't understand where that came from. It's
Is
a
that
lot of
what
just like
is that a
misinformation.
well,
is that a
I
fact?
think that's important. I was about to say, I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, that was
That's one fact check that a lot of people are kind of skipping over. I
it's like a
honestly don't
approval thing.
even know the answer to that, but I'm pretty sure we all know how business works. Jay-Z did not walk in there and say, "Oh, it's Kendrick," and everybody moves forward. It's a good decision at the end of the day. He probably brought it to the table, maybe not, but I'm sure he doesn't make that decision completely alone. So, but I
Well,
mean, when you're the face of the company, right?
I mean, he's the front man. He's the person. Rock Nation are the ones who are, um, of course, responsible for booking and handling all of that stuff. Of course, the Drake stands are very upset with Rock Nation, and feel like they're playing favorites and some things of that nature. But honestly, Rock Nation is more so a booking agent in this situation. More so a vehicle to get to a different crop of talent, a more trusted source to the artist than whoever they had booking them before. Believe it or not, a number of people have turned down Super Bowls. There is now a rumor that Drake has turned down multiple Super Bowl performance things, which I can believe. Do I believe it right now? But the fact that it came out right now, I don't believe it right now. But could I believe that? Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways, I do want to go back to something that you did say, Beak, about the Cash Money reunion. They just did that at Essence Fest, right? So they just did that at Essence
Super Bowl is a bigger stage, but yeah.
So, but even on a smaller stage, everybody else went first, and then Wayne went by himself after. So it was Cash Money and then Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them doing a whole Super Bowl performance by themselves. I don't see Master P coming out and getting a spot to come out. I don't see a whole New Orleans like unionized performance if you put Wayne in this. If you put Wayne in it, y'all are gonna stand and watch Wayne alone.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the only thing I don't like, and this may or may not be accurate, again, we won't know, but the only thing I don't like is I think a lot of people feel like Kendrick got this spot because of how he just started the summer, basically. Like, he just had a very good, this was a great year for him.
Mm-hmm.
He has not a great year. Let's not act like the whole Drake beef made his career or anything, but he had a good year. Long story short.
A great year.
Yeah, it's a great year. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think the real question is, what are the fundamentals behind choosing the Super Bowl performer? I mean, I don't think there's no rhyme or rhythm to that. You get what I'm saying? It has literally went from what? Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson, Bruno Mars, Beyonce.
Kendrick has performed during. I think he came out during Eminem's set. Was it?
That's another thing too. He came out with Beyonce before. He came out with Eminem. But he's been on that shit like 3 times. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He's more brand TV friendly,
That man about to come out there with a whole revolution, Civil War, Black Panther. Like, is he really TV friendly?
But he can do it. There are certain people that can just get it through. There are just certain people who are just so authentically themselves that they could just get it through. And that's Kendrick for whatever reason. Certain people just have that ability to just transcend races and socioeconomic spaces. It can just be respected.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Everybody. Don't ask me why.
The real question is, Colin, do you think he's going to perform Not Like Us?
Oh, absolutely. That's the
I'm
reason.
Not gonna lie
That's
to
the
you,
reason why they have him. Like, let's be real here.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
They're calling Kendrick right now. Not Like Us.
If I hear Not Like Us, come on that Super Bowl, bro.
He might come out.
Drake gotta sit for at least 3 years. I ain't gonna lie to you. Drake gotta sit for at least 3 years. At least 3. At least 3. That's gonna be so nasty. At least 3. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even want to backtrack, but just to stay on that topic, like, it breaks my heart to see how this man been dropping and nobody not paying attention, bro. But I told y'all he cannot drop yet. He had to wait. He ain't wait. So
from Kendrick's promo, right? From his promo, there's already people doing 15 to 40-minute videos on the amount of different like aspects of it, of how he's taking shots from the scene with the gigantic American flag going back to some movie where there's a war general talking about stuff, and then callbacks to Drake calling himself a war general. He shot off 6 footballs out of the jug machine, which is the machine there you put the football in and you shoot it and you're supposed to catch it, to the no
I ain't
round.
gonna lie to you. He scares me, bro. He's an evil genius. He scares me.
Standing at the 50-yard line when Drake said, "Drop and give me 50." Like it's bad.
Yeah.
What is
lie
he
to
going
you.
to do with an entire stage production and 15 minutes of time to do nothing but play with you? Does
This
he
is gonna be
actually take
bad.
the time in this moment to play with you? He might not.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Deep down inside, I feel like he's that petty.
What he's
The
headshots for the year.
he said it though. The average person would not use their Super Bowl moment to highlight a beef. I believe Kendrick is gonna headshot Drake. He's gonna headshot Drake. Absolutely. He's gonna finish that man.
Because everybody's like, "Oh, this is such a massive moment." Is it for him? He
said all year,
his
right?
tour is on HBO right now in Paris. Is
That
this
man
really
said
that
all
big of a
year.
moment for him? I don't think so. Like an album that a lot of people called mid, he sold out a world tour and landed an HBO special.
I feel like a lot of people who, like we said a while back, Kendrick. You have people who are Kendrick fans. You have people who are rap fans, and they're like, okay, they understand that Kendrick is that guy. Then you have people who are not into that type of music. I feel like a lot of people, the people who fall in like that other category, in some of the second category, I don't think people realize how big of a career he has. Like they think that this is like some type of, but we'll see. All I gotta say is, if I hear minor, I'm turning my TV off.
It's gonna get bad.
Turning my TV off.
It's gonna
Turning
get
my
bad.
TV
It's
off.
gonna get spooky. But
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I don't know if he's gonna get to the A minor part. He might end it at wop 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 wop.
Yeah, in transition. Probably in transition. Then again, a lot of the
He's
lyrics
gonna
in
have
the
a whole
song.
marching band. Oh, there's gonna be people on the field like doing synchronized like flash mob style dances while he performs. It's gonna get
A lot
Who we
of
rapping this
that.
at? Who's hosting?
That's almost.
we might have to bring that outside screen back out in February. We're gonna be out there cold, but we're gonna be watching that show on the big screen outside in the parking lot.
Nah, I got y'all. I hope. Or yeah, we'll figure something out.
All right. Well, I do have I have a couple other got enough time for this real quick. Because we got about 8 minutes left in this recording. Of course, y'all, we are on Zoom right now, and no, I'm not paying for no upgrade. All right, we going 40 minutes at a time. Wow.
It's getting spooky over here.
I see it's getting spooky over here. I got one question for you, Bika, before we cut out. Do you feel like Beyonce was deserving of a Country Music Award nomination?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I have to think about it. I didn't want to just jump right in and Beyonce or because she's black and just be like, yeah. I do think that she was deserving of it because she had one of the biggest country albums of the year. Or well, for us at least. I don't know what numbers. I don't know what numbers he did as far as with whites and Spanish and all that, but yeah, one of the biggest country albums of the year. Granted, it's a double-sided sword because I feel like the same way anybody feels about all the genres. So she's a newcomer to the genre. There's people who, and she's not going to stay there either. Like you're saying, Beyonce's not a country artist. She's a versatile artist. So I think you got to look at it now. There's people who have been doing this their whole life or for years who are really putting out numbers consistently, and this is their genre, who look at it like, okay, they deserve to be in that category, and she would just be taking up space as something she did as a hobby or something she did just because she wanted to do it, and she's about to go back to R&B. So I'm 50-50 on it. Like, if I'm being realistic, do I want her to get one? Yes. But I can understand, in a sense, why they may look at it like, there's people who could have been in the spot that she's in. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but she's Beyonce.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
this
she
isn't
is.
her first country song. You know,
It's not.
shout out to us because we did an episode way back when we were just only recording the pod back in the crib called Daddy Lessons, and
Yeah, I
the
remember that.
country song. That was great. That's one of
Oh,
that
fact.
to this day. That is my favorite episode that we've ever done. That
And
was
she
an
country to the
amazing episode.
bone
So if you
too.
have never gone, I think it's on our YouTube now at this point. If you search back to some of our older episodes that we just kind of posted up, we'll take a look at Daddy Lessons. If not, it's available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anything, woahchill, Wednesday, woahchill podcast. But yeah, I, I I get what you're saying, and I do agree. I'm a little 50-50.
Yeah.
Does she
I mean,
deserve a
we want it
nomination?
for
I don't
her.
know. I ain't like it. I ain't like Beyonce's country album. To be real, I
You
don't even
like
know the
it?
name of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't. What's the name of it? Exactly. It wasn't Renaissance.
But I'm also not I'm not a Beehive girl. Like, I know some songs from it, but
I identify as Beehive. I haven't missed.
no.
I haven't missed the. I haven't missed the Beyonce tour in the last. I've been to the last like 4 or 5 Beyonce tours. I haven't missed one. But
I regret missing Renaissance for sure.
oh,
Yeah, I regret missing
I
Renaissance.
got lucky. Shout out to the plug. I got
And
lucky.
honestly,
Floor seats.
that's probably the last of good Beyonce. When I say good Beyonce, it's always gonna be good. Everybody getting up there in age now, so
Yeah, but yeah, man, Blue's getting up there in age too, man. By the time she came to Jersey, Blue was well seasoned. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
she was
She wasn't
wilding.
nervous no more.
Mm-hmm.
She had the routine down. She didn't have to think. She was out there doing her thing.
She had the boom pat down pat.
Yeah, man. But there's one. What's her name? She's on Beyonce's album. I gotta look her up. I don't know if she has any but it's another black woman who is in the country space who is fantastic. If you want to give me 1 second, I'm gonna try to find Cowboy Carter.
Shout out to K Michelle too. K Michelle been
Shout
on
out to
that
K
wave for a
Michelle.
minute.
K Michelle is amazing in the country space.
Yeah.
Tanner Adele. Tanner Adele is freaking
Yeah.
hard.
I've heard of her. Yeah.
She is hard, yo. Like,
there's so many hard artists out right now. I feel like music is in a good space, even the ones that people don't really know about.
oh yeah, music is in a great space.
Yeah.
And before I close out this at least recording, man, with music being in a great space and a lot of new music, shout out to our guy Gabe P, man.
Yay.
Shout out to Gabe P. He's got a full set on the Powerhouse NYC stage. If you don't know what Powerhouse is, that is the Winter Festival, hip hop festival, if that's what you want to call it, put on by Power 105.1. Goes down in Newark, New Jersey, sometime in the next like couple of months. And shout out to Gabe because they always have a DJ who gets like a DJ and friends show. And Gabe is probably the first person that's not actually a DJ who's getting an and friends show. And I think he should have had this at least 2 years ago.
No, facts.
So
that's so huge.
Congrats to
That's
Gabe.
so huge. I love seeing my peers win. I feel like just a couple years ago, we was watching the show with Gabe. You know what I'm saying? Like to the side. So it's actually dope to see like Gabe on top headliner. That's definitely a grind from the bottom for sure.
Absolutely, man. We got to see On the Radar because he started On the Radar before COVID, but it didn't really like it gained traction, but it didn't take off until post COVID. And I might say a little something that for clicks or whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna clip this. I might not because I got a lot of love for Gabe. But I remember there being certain people and certain artists reaching out to me of all people to try to get into that radio space. And I'm like, look, I can't tell you about these people right here, but Gabe right here is about to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already got traction. And some
Yeah,
people felt a
facts.
little ways about it, and they were like, no, no.
Yeah.
People now have on the radar freestyles.
Yep.
I'm not
I
gonna
ain't
say
gonna lie
which
to you
one of y'all
too.
are, but just know some of y'all New York niggas is phony as shit.
Oh yeah. When I was in that when I was in that PR
Some of y'all
space for
niggas
a little bit,
is phony
when
as
I was in
shit.
that PR space for a little bit, a lot of them dudes out there in New York who had like, a little traction, they used to be fronting on it when I used to, because I had to find placements, like, whatever. And I'm like, I always used to mention Gabe, because I was like, well, that's somebody I have access to. And people used to be fronting. Now I see them all in the comments dancing,
All in the videos.
all in the videos dancing.
and I'm not gonna be be that, but there are some people who have stuck to their guns and haven't gone up there yet. However, those
Yeah,
people, their careers are kind of still in the same space. Some of
Darn
them are doing well,
fool.
but some of them are still in the same space. All right, Biga, I'm gonna restart this recording because there's at least two more topics I want to get to. Hopefully, Quilla hop back on. Yeah, y'all. Video one. That's it, man. It's woahchill Wednesday. We'll be back with another part.